All right, guys, here we are, Mrs. Galata and Mrs. Anglade, and we are going to be talking about partial products and the box method today to multiply. So as you can see, you need to have out your math composition book, and the title is going to be what you see on the screen. So go ahead and set up your table of contents and turn to the next page in your composition book and get ready to talk about these two methods. All right. So partial products in the box method, when we multiply, I'm going to do an example such as 35 times 28. Okay, so Mrs. Galata, I think you would agree that we were taught like totally different than what
Right.
kids are learning at this in today's world, and it's because we want them to know about number sense and what's really happening with the numbers, right?
Well, and the other thing I want to say is we are going to be showing you lots of different ways. You don't, it's, so whichever way you feel most comfortable with is the way we
That's
want you
right.
to do it.
That's right.
Because lots of kids get real worried about, we don't understand this way. Well, there might be another way that you understand even better.
And the
that's
reason they
way.
don't understand it is because it's brand new to them.
Right, they've never done it before.
They've never practiced it before.
No.
So anyway, okay. So we're going to do partial products first, and then we're going to do the same exact problem with the box method, and it's essentially, guys, the same thing. And you probably remember it from last year. Okay, do you know that if I wanted to write expanded form, 35 is 30 plus 5, right?
Correct.
And so if I wanted to write 28 in expanded form, it would be 20 plus 8. Okay, so what's happening is we're going to need to do our partial products, and what that is we're going to take 8 and we're going to multiply it by 5, and then we're going to take 8 and multiply it by 30. A lot of kids forget to multiply it by 30. Okay, so 8 times 5
40.
is 40. Now this goes back to yesterday's lesson. 30
Right.
times 8. 30 times 8. I bet I can take 8 times 3, and
Right.
then add the 0 to the end, right? Okay, so 8 times 30 is 240. Okay, and I'm going to line these up. I don't like that 4, so let me erase it. There we go. So 240. Okay, so we've multiplied 8 times 5 and times 30. So now we're going to go over here. So this is really finished. And so now we're going to go over here, and we're going to multiply it times the 5 and the 30, right? So 20 times 5. Oh, don't
100.
forget. Yeah, some
that's
kids would say
right.
10. Some kids would say 10, but it is 100. That's right. Okay, 5 groups of 20. Oh, we got to be careful. 20 times 30. I think it's 600. Do you think it's 600?
That's 600.
Okay, 600.
Well, your color's kind of changing.
Yeah. All right, so can you do it in your head? Let's see if we can do it in our head. Let's add from left to right.
Okay.
600, 100, and 200 is
900.
900. Okay, let's write that down. 40 and 40 is
80.
That wasn't too hard.
No, that was good.
Okay. All right, so we think the answer is 980. Well, some kids don't like that method. They kind of like what we call the box method. So I'm going to draw a box over here. Now, if it's a 2-digit, that box is really bad, isn't it? Okay. Well,
It's okay.
yeah,
I understand it.
we will, All right, so if we have a 2-digit by a 2-digit number, we're going to need 2 digits up here, right? 30 plus 5,
Right.
okay? We don't want to write 3
No.
and 5. We want to write 30 plus 5.
Right.
Okay. And then down here are 20 plus 8. So I'm just going to write it like this. Okay. So what we're going to do here, it's kind of like not a raise. Oh, I can't think of the word. Like when you play Battleship, like, A6.
Oh, yeah. Like a kind of a grid.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Coordinate grid.
Yes.
That's right. All right, so now we're going to take 30 times 20. And do you agree that the kids, when they make mistakes, it's always going to be like they forget zeros and stuff
Right.
like that? Yeah. So you need to make sure you get these answers correct. So that value is 600, right? So 5 times 20. You know what? We've done this over here, haven't we? So that's 100.
Right.
Okay, so 30 times 8, so it's kind of, making that grid is 240.
Right.
And then 5 times 8 is 40. So look at that. What do you notice? Do you notice that all these numbers were the numbers over here?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So then when we add them together, this is 840, right? And this is 140. Can you do it in your head? So, you know what? It might be easier to add across. I don't know. What's easier? 600 and 100 is 700, right?
That's pretty easy.
240 and 40 is 280.
280.
That's probably a little bit easier to do in our head, but I'm going to write it down for those people because I'm a visual person.
Me too.
So that's a little bit easier to see.
Thanks, honey.
So we still get 980. Look at that. So this is called the box method. It looks like a box.
Right.
Original name, right? And then this is just partial products because it's partial products that we're adding together. All right, so we're going to try one more so you can kind of see how it is. And that number is 42 times 19. 42 times 19. So if we're doing partial products, we're going to break those numbers apart into expanded form. 40 plus 2, and then this is 10 plus 9. Okay, so if I remember correctly, we're going to take that 9 times 2 and 9 times 40.
Right.
All right, so let's see. That's 18. Let's erase that. Sorry, guys. There we go. 18. And then that 8 just does not want to cooperate with me today. Let's try that again. All right, and then 9 times 40. Let's see, nines are hard.
4.
Yeah, 36,
6,
360. All right, lining it up so I can see it. Okay, so the 9 is finished. We've multiplied it by each of our partial products. So now 10 times 2 is 20. Oh, be careful. It's not 40, but 400, right?
Well, and if you would think about common sense, if you were thinking 10 times 40 and you put down 40, that doesn't really make sense.
That's
if
right.
we had
It's
10
only
groups
one
of
group.
40, that'd be only one group of 40.
Right.
So if we think about it with common sense,
Stop
we would
and
know.
slow down.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. All right, so now, ooh, this is a little bit harder. Let's see. You want to try it from left to right?
Sure.
Okay, so 300 and 400 is
700.
700. Okay, let's see. 10, 60, and 20 looks like it's 90.
90.
Yep. 798. Ooh, almost 800. Okay, so now let's do the box method. Let's see if I can draw a better box. You know what? Oh, yeah, not much better, huh? Okay, what do you think would happen, Mrs. Galata, if I had a 3-digit times 2-digit?
You'd have to add another area.
Yeah, you
Another
would have
box
to.
area.
Yeah, you'd have to have a 3 by 2, right? A 3 by 2. So let's see. We're going to do a 40 plus 2 here, and then we're going to do a 10 plus 9 here. And you know what? Like last time, these numbers inside these 4 boxes, I bet, are going to match over
Right.
here. Yeah. So 40 times 10. Yeah, we've done that before. 400. 2 times 10.
20.
20. So let's do 40 times 9 is 360. And 2 times 9 is 18. The beauty of this one, too, is that you can do, like, any box in any order,
Right.
as long as you get all the partial products, okay? So let's see, which one's probably easier to add? Maybe the,
I think so.
yeah, 760, and then this,
38.
yeah, 38, and I can still do that in my head. I love this because, mental math is so important in today's world, so we try to do it as much as we can. And we still get 798.
Great.
Yeah, cool. All right,
Works.
so let's go ahead, and I'm going to want you guys to try one on your own. So, because practice is always not plus, I mean really, times, right? Times 32. All right, so what I want you to do right now is I want you to do partial products, and then I also want you to try it as the box method and see if you get the right answer. So go ahead and pause and do the problem, and then we will be right back and show you the answer to it. But try the problem first. So hit pause. I'm going to wait a minute so you guys can hit pause. All right, guys, I hope that you had a chance to go ahead and do these problems. So you see partial products over here, so hopefully these are the answers that you got for your partial products. When we went to add this, Mrs. Galata and I were having a conversation about what happens. Oh my goodness, we have 700, and I went to write it down, but look what happened over here with our tens. We had 80, 40, and 10, and that adds up to 130. Well, so now I don't have 700 anymore. I now have 800. I have 830. And then the 2, so 832. Over here, we did the box method, partial products still, right? And so I went ahead, when I got my partial products, I added these hundreds over here to get 780, and then the tens over here to get 52. That was a little bit easier for me to add. Look what happened again. We also
Right.
had 130 here, so that's why that 700 changed to 800 because of my tens. I had more than 10 tens there. So your final answer was 832 in either case, okay? So tomorrow what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to be comfortable with this. So, maybe try a few more problems and have maybe mom check them and see whether you got it correct. But we are going to practice this in class tomorrow to see if they can get it correct and understand it.
And we'll be showing you a lot more methods. This is my
Yes.
favorite. I like partial products
Yes.
the best.
Do you know what my favorite is? It's clustering.
Yes.
Mine
so
is
see, we
clustering.
have different things that we like, and you might have different ones that you like.
Yep. Okay, so we will see you tomorrow. So we're signing off. And my pen is working today, actually.
Yay.
Yay. All right, so see you guys later. Bye.